Hey guys, this is Coach Carly, and you're watching Bull Time.
As I said, we'll be back in 5 minutes. I haven't changed my outfit or my drink or the device that I'm looking at for these numbers. So you get what you get. So I don't apologize. But here we are in September 2023. We only had one meet this month as well. This month was Raw Nationals month. This was the big one. This was our Super Bowl. This is what we work for all year round for these athletes, whether it's getting them qualified, staying on task, putting all of those things in. You put all the chips in for these athletes all year round to allow that to happen. And they all made it happen. It was a fucking great team weekend. We had two teams enter. We had a Masters women's team, and then we had an Open women's team. And we placed, I think it was like second out of 8 in the women's Open. And then we placed first out of 4 or 5 in the Masters women's team. Now, there were definitely a lot of other teams represented there. I don't want to act like we were superior to far more teams. They just didn't enter in their teams. And I would love for there to be a format in some way where you could track who was with who and where that stacks up amongst all of the teams. I think that would be a really cool breakdown of, I think Harrison and Jan did a really good job of breaking down how the team structure works. So I'd really like to get on board with, I guess, having some sort of way to track that, even if they don't enter in a team. Like, I would love to know, because I think that's, for me, good data to see like where we're stacking up amongst other teams. And I think that's a really cool format. Maybe eventually, even down the road, you have some sort of like team event where you like an Arnold, but it's a team format, and that would be really dope. So I don't know, not that you should probably listen to my spiel here, but that would be really cool if that were to happen. So we'll kind of try to breeze through this. We had 24 of our athletes compete, and it was fucking awesome. So I'm going to try to keep it a little bit on the shorter end to kind of just highlight how everyone did, and then kind of go through the list in that kind of capacity, say a little bit and what we've done. You've definitely heard, since I've started the Bull Time, talk about every single one of these athletes. So this isn't like a new thing. So we'll kind of give you the highlights of what we've done, kind of like a ESPN SportsCenter top 10. So first up, we had day 1, session 1, we have Lynn Aronica. Lynn went 7 for 9. We matched her best ever total. She also had a deadlift PR, and she won her age group and weight division. So how the hell can we complain about that? It was a great day on a national level stage. Next up, we had day 1, session 2. We had Sarah Gravino. Sarah placed second in the Masters 160 kilo division. We went 7 for 9, totaled 7.5 kilos less than our best ever that we set, 4 years ago now. And one day we're gonna make sure that every single one of those lifts comes together to hit that total PR. I think that'll be a really nice thing for her to keep her going. Next up, we had Raw Nats day 1, session 3 primetime session. We had only two athletes in the primetime session this year. I say only as in like I'm not honored to have only 2 or to have 2, but I thought there would be more just based on how qualifying totals and everything kind of shook up. But unfortunately that wasn't the case, and we just kind of rolled with the punches. So first up, we had Ariel Patra. We totaled 2.5 kilos less than our best. We went 8 for 9, and had ourselves a fucking day. We could have had a total PR. We probably could have totaled a little bit more in the deadlift if we wanted to. We got a little bit, I wouldn't say hosed on the squat, because that's not true. It was a tough call to make on our last squat, and things happen, right? But we take second in the open, forcing Jocelyn Pepper West to outpull Ariel, and she couldn't do it, and Ariel took second. So that's an awesome thing for her, and I'm super, super happy. I know that was a huge thing for her to place top 3, so I'm stoked. And then lastly, on day 1, we had Maya Wright. Maya went 6 for 9. Didn't have our best stuff that day, and we ended up finishing second. We did 10 kilos less than our best ever, and things happen. I know there was a whole lot of life that still just happened for Maya between moving, getting married, trying to find a new routine. All that shit plays a huge part of it. So she did a fucking great job. So I have literally nothing to complain about. I think that both her and I expected and wanted to win. And that was why we made the calls that we did. That was why we tried to execute things the way that we did. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the fact that we could salvage as good of a day as we did, I'm pumped. All right, so that finishes out day 1. We're going to get into day 2 now. We had 3 lifters compete in day 2. First up, we had Zoe Kendrick. Zoe competed in the 67 open class, and she totaled 5 kilos, a 5 kilo total PR for her, and went 7 for 9, 78% lift completed. So I'm super stoked. Zoe's been through a whole fucking lot in the last little while, and I'm excited that she finally made weight. She also has been okay enough battling through injuries and things of that nature. So I'm really happy about how everything has been for her, and to come away on the nationals, first nationals, and have 5 kilos. I'll take that all day long. Next up, we had Tana Morehouse. Tana went 7 for 9, 2.5 kilo total PR, edged out also a deadlift PR, and placed 5th. I mean, shit, that's fucking awesome. First nationals, placing 5th at Nats. I mean, that's huge stuff. So I'm really pumped about what that was like. Again, tough day on the squats. I think that if we can get those squats in line every single meet, we're gonna see close to a 15 to 20 kilo total PR, and I'm here for it. I'm super happy. She also forgot to mention she did edge out a bench PR as well. And then lastly, on day 2, we had Robin. Robin Shell competed in the Masters 2 67.5 division. She went 7 for 9, 5 kilos less than her best ever, which was set last year's nationals. But between then and now, she did have some hamstring problems whether it was partially torn or just really strained. We had some hamstring problems to work through, and we took all the time we needed to rest and heal up and do all those things. So I'm super pumped that we were able to go out there, place second in her age group and weight division. Just awesome. So really fucking good stuff for day 2. Just a big momentum builder going into day 3. So that brings up day 3. So the first, we had day 3, session 1. We had one lifter, that was Autumn Osgood. Autumn fucking, I don't know what it happens when the bright lights show up, but like she fucking turns it on. 9 for 9 again at nationals, 20 kilo total PR at nationals, placed in the top 15 at Nats out of I think 40 girls. That's awesome. Like that's just so awesome. So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited about what's to come. So big stuff for her. I can't wait to see even more kilos added the next time that we get onto that big stage. And then we had session day 3, session 2. We had 4 of our own athletes competing. First up, we had Asha Hopkins. Asha, new client of mine, and just absolutely fucking murdered the entire meet. She is also just a fucking vibe, like an absolute vibe in the warm-up room, pumping up everyone in there, pumping herself up. Just really good stuff. We finished 6th in the open, first in the juniors in the 82 division class, went 8 for 9, deadlift, PR and squat and deadlift PR total We went 8 for 9, 65 kilo total PR, and just also had an American record deadlift in the junior division. So really good fucking meet. Madison Denmark next, an 82.5 open division, placed in the top 10, 100% lifts hit, 9 for 9, 2.5 kilo total PR. Madison just has a little bit of a tough time with weights cuts, so it's a little bit tough to gauge where our strength is going to be that day. And shit happens, right? Like, it is what it is. I'm happy about what we came out there to do. I mean, we placed in the top 10 and 2.5 kilo total PR going 9 for 9. Her and I just have to figure out like how her body responds to those cuts a little bit better. But I think that this was a lot better than what it was every other meet, considering she was working with a nutritionist now. And next up, we had Mr. Gregory Wunrow. Greg went 7 for 9, missing the first bench, excuse me, because we hit the rack on the way up, and that was a dumb call. But it is what it is. We still walked away with 2.5 kilo total PR, missing our last deadlift. This was, I know, meant a lot to Greg. He's starting a family now, and I'm just happy that he was able to make this entire prep and be there. And Amanda's been nothing but supportive. So we'll still train and we'll do some stuff, but we're hanging up the lifters for a little bit and on the competing schedule. So I'm happy for him on that. He's got other priorities in life, but he's still trying to make lifting work with his current. The last up that day, we had Mr. Chaz Maloney. Mr. Chaz had a great fucking prep. I wish that prep would have translated into bigger numbers for him, but his bench probably was the best that's ever moved in competition. We had some tough breathing mechanics a little bit on 2 lifts, caused one of the squats to not go, and things happen. Like, I'm just honored that I'm in his corner and he's doing the stuff, and I can't complain. Another top 5 finish for him in the M3s as a 100 kilo lifter. So he puts in the work, he does the stuff, and I'm just happy he's here. So I'm happy he's here with us and still surviving. I know M4, Mr. Chaz, that's going to be our golden era, M4s. All right, moving on to the last fucking day. All right, we had 8 of our peeps compete in the morning session on the last day. So I'll kind of breeze through this again as best as I can. I apologize. Stay with me as best as you guys can. So first up, we had Miss Peggy Miskey. Miss Peggy placed second, went 7 for 9 in her age group and weight division. Again, we have a tough time on squats, so sometimes that's is there is not, and it was there, just wasn't there on all 3. So at least we got 1 and we're in the meet, and that's all that matters. Next up, we had Emmy Aging. Emmy went 7 for 9, 8 for 9, I'm an idiot. 8 for 9, 10 kilo total PR, placed 5th at Nationals in the 90 kilo junior division. Just absolutely stellar day. I mean, I'll get to Bella in a little bit, but her and Bella were battling definitely some like back injuries and definitely battling some things that were tough to handle during the thick of a prep. And I'm just super happy that we were able to do the best that we can and with what we had. And I'm just super excited that she stuck with it. I know mentally that was really hard, and I know she had a tougher time with not being motivated, but like the potential for either of herself, and no one wants that. So I'm stoked about her sticking with it, crushing it. Next up, we had Ellie Ferry, 8 for 9, 2.5 less than her best in this weight class for her. Placed in the top 15. Top 10. How can I complain? I mean, she absolutely did everything she wanted. And if you would have saw what the last week looked like for her leading into this, she definitely was like a walking corpse with how much she had to cut to get to here. And to even walk away with that is epic. So I'm super, super, super happy about what that looks like and how she did. Next up, we had Woody, top 10 finish. 12.5 kilo total PR in this weight class, 9 for 9 day. I mean, shit, that's a fucking bomb ass day. Like, I'm super, super, super happy for her. Again, another, just like Bella, just like Emmy, battling some chronic back pain. And she was able to handle it as well as she could. I mean, even the week of, both Emmy and Woody were talking to me about potentially dropping out, and her back's not feeling good. And the fact that we flew on deadlifts, I think was a really nice, like, attaboy for her after everything. So super happy. Next up, we had Miss Bella, Team 2, 90 kilos, 8 for 9 day, 3.5 kilo total PR, and an American record American record bench in that division. We went for the American record total, didn't happen. If I wasn't trying to go for that, I probably would have made like maybe a 7.5 kilo jump as opposed to a 12.5. I know I alluded to it earlier, but I know she was feeling a little bit of pain, so we tried to go for it. She said she felt okay, and it just wasn't there. So things happen, but I mean, hell, Team 2 benching 100.5 kilos, that's insane. Yeah, absolutely insane to me. Next up, we had Mr. Jackson Jacks. I finally convinced this dude on a national level stage, and I know that he fucking loved it. So I'm super happy that he not only loved it, he felt it, and he was like not ready to do it right tomorrow, because I know he needs some time off, but ready, like this was what we've been working for, and he felt that calling. I mean, he placed 5th in a stacked 110 junior class as the youngest junior there, 31 kilo total PR. We went 7 for 9, made some technical mistakes on both squats and bench, which didn't allow us to jump as much as we wanted to. Probably realistically had maybe another 10 kilos on the day, between 7.5 and 10 on the squats and bench respectively. So, but what a fucking day. I mean, just awesome. Really, really, really awesome. Next up, we have Mr. Greg Guylog. Mr. Dr. Small Calves went back first time in the open division for his nationals. He's been to junior nats last year, and this year he made it as open and earned that right to be there. We still went 8 for 9. We didn't total as high as I think we anticipated. We did 20 kilos less than his best, which is okay. Talking about taking a little bit less on the bench, a little bit less on the squat, and a little bit less on the deadlift, and that adds up to 20. So even if you take 7.5, 5, 7.5, like, yeah, that adds up. And but to still come out 9 for 9 and do things to comp specific standards is a really, really, really good testament for how well he did, and I'm pumped that he made it there. Last but not least, we had Mr. Matt Spore. Mr. Matt went 8 for 9, 7.5 kilos less than his best. Interesting on the squats for him. We definitely, like, I didn't assume that there would be that top end, so we went a little bit more conservative. But then we missed the first deadlift on soft knees, and then I was playing behind the 8 ball because I didn't really know. It moved a little slow, and then he absolutely smashed the next one. So I'm super happy about how he ended up, how he did. Everything looked awesome. Again, first nationals for him as well, and to be in a very, very front-loaded 110 open class. I'm super excited about how he did. All right, fam, we got one more session. Last but not least, we got our 100 plus women. We had 5 compete here. A lot of American records here, so I'll be patient with me. So first up, we had Adrian Lockhart. We went 6 for 9, 6.5 less than our best. However, we set the total. We set the bench. We set the squat American records. All of it. Squat, bench, total. Didn't get the deadlift. We went to go try and tie the deadlift. We did less than the deadlift, but we got called, so we didn't end up getting our total PR. We got called for shoulders not being back enough, and but I'm walking away with 3 American records on an average executed meet. I'll take that as a huge W. Next up, we had Miss Amanda Dahl. Miss Amanda went 8 for 9. Her best meet was technically 5:30, but that's a little inflated for me. So even though it is 5:30, I feel like we've done so much to revamp all of her lists that it's hard to really equate that to a total PR or not. So data-wise, I guess if we go straight data, that's 18 and a half less, but form-wise, everything is so much better now. And not for nothing, we walked away with third. Oh, and forgot to mention Adrian, second in her age group and weight class. Amanda, third in her age group and weight class in ones. I believe top 10 in the open division. Amanda also broke a world record bench. A world record bench. No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that drug tested. Where an M1 100 plus is benched 144 at 144 kilos. So fucking awesome. Next up, we had Miss Hillary Beard. Wow, what a day. Squats don't like us as normal, unfortunately. But we ended up still putting together a fucking great day for her. Put together a 2.5 less than her best ever in a meet, which is fine. And we were hoping, fingers crossed, that we may be placing top 5. We didn't quite know what the primetime session would be like. And we ended up placing 4th. That was fucking awesome. I called her while I was in the Atlanta airport. I was like, holy shit, Hillary, I think we placed top 4. That's fucking insane. And what refs giveth, refs take it. Whatever went out with Maya's squat and the disagreement that I had, especially on her second one, we giveth in other ways. So the spirits and the gods, they were with us for Hillary on that one. So I'm super, super, super happy. Next up, we had Miss Lindsay Faye. Oh my God, 8 for 9 day, 5 kilo total PR bench, PR deadlift. We did a little bit less in our squats. Man, it was so close to being there on that 257.5. So fucking close. And it just wasn't there that day, and shit happens. I'm not overly concerned. I know that we can come back and actually smash that. So I know that the future is very, very, very bright for her, especially being first year in the opens, and we're already totaling 567.5. That's fucking awesome. So really happy, really pumped about that. And then last but not least, we had Miss Mackenzie Oven. Miss Mackenzie went 9 for 9. I think first time ever, potentially, maybe second. And we had a 10 kilo total PR for her, and just fucking smashed. Like, I can't believe how well she did, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, things are just coming together. Again, someone mistimed their vacations where they were traveling for like 2 weeks during the middle of the peak, didn't really have access to gym stuff, and we made the most of what we were doing, and that was it, and it was fucking awesome. So I'm super happy about the entire team. We averaged 84% lifts hit, and even throughout all of the numbers, I mean, we still averaged a 5 kilo total PR throughout the team, and that's pretty fucking cool. So really stoked, really stoked about how this national's doing. A lot of hardware. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, not mention, Hillary placed 4th, Lindsay placed 4th, and Mackenzie placed 3rd in their respective age groups and weight divisions. So just really good stuff here. I'm still on cloud 9. If you hear my voice, this is a typical post-meet voice. So fucking stoked, guys. We'll see you soon in October, probably shortly after the meet is done in October. So see you soon. Bye.